Hello students, good morning. Kindly come and join your live now so that we'll start. So, how are you all? Kindly come and join. Everyone come and join. Last class we discussed, so I'll wait for you all. Kindly come and join. Last class we discussed in exercise number 2.3 some problems and I given two problems again for you all as a homework after explaining the different types of functions, right? Anyhow, I decided that let me teach to you that second problem is again it is very important so that I thought that again I want to teach to you all. So let me teach to you all now. So kindly come and join. Yes, Dhruv Vaishnav, good morning. Kushi Paul, good morning. And anyhow, listen this carefully. So because of some personal issues, I could not able to take this week extra classes. I could not took. Anyhow, I have to inform to you all, but I was not using the WhatsApp. That's what I could not able to inform to you all. It's okay. So it is my sincere. So I hope you are able to understand. And today we are going to discuss once again, Dosa. So mainly, kindly inform to your friends first. Let them come and join because maybe they don't know many students. Our live is there or not. Okay. Right. How are you, Kushika? How are you, Dhruv? All good. And where is this Sahil? Sahil still he was not present. I was observed his WhatsApp message also. He was saying, me, sir, please inform me when mathematics class will going to start. So anyhow, those all I could not share the programs, but it was not happening. So, all right. So second one, last time we discussed and I said to you, you all need to complete because of some hurry work. Now let me go for our second question once again. Before going to discuss, let us close our eyes. Let's do prayer, then we can start. God kindly provide your knowledge and wisdom to solve our mathematics problems and our daily life problems. Thank you. Right. Garima is present. Garima. So Garima Singh also still not present. And what about Vinod, Kusum? Kindly inform to your friends. Anyhow, I'll start. You just inform to your friends. Let them come and join. So now find the domain. So your question is find the domain and range. So it is RAN. Okay. And range of the following real functions. So real functions means with the real numbers. Okay. So then first one f of x is equal to minus modulus of x. So I already said to you what is modulus of x. If f of x is equal to modulus x means what is you have a function. So that is f of x is equal to plus x when x is greater than or equal to 0. Then minus x when x is less than 0. Right? But here minus is there. Just this minus appear here. That's it. So now what we need to do here? F of x is equal to, so here minus x plus minus x, x is greater than or equal to 0. Next, minus x is there, so write minus of, because here minus is there. Minus of minus x, x is less than 0. So that means f of x is equal to minus x when x is greater than or 0, then minus is minus plus x when x is less than 0. So up to here, I was explained that day. Then I was given homework for you all because it is very easy from that place onwards. Okay, but domain. Domain means what? Input is what? So let me check first what is our domain. So here you can observe carefully. Our domain is a real number, and that real number is what number? That we need to know. So real number means, see here, real function does it. Real function means which I can use here itself you can understand. X is greater than or equal to 0, less than 0. Means which all inputs means greater than 0, whichever numbers are on. And here also minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, and so on. So from this, what you understood your domain is so real numbers. So from this, we understood that our domain is real numbers. Then after that, you need to find out. Then what about our range? Okay. So let me write first what is our domain. Then we go for our range. So domain is our real number. So any real number, you can take any real number. That means, in other words, here minus infinity, here plus infinity. Always remember, minus infinity plus infinity will keep in brackets only because these both are undefined. Okay, so that's what minus infinity and plus infinity. After that, what is our range? So range we need to find. So apply now first equal to 0 substitute in this. What will get? Minus of modulus 0 minus modulus 0 is nothing but minus 0. Minus 0 is nothing but 0 only. Because for 0 there is no positive, no negative. 0 is 0. So that's the reason we kept here 0. That everyone, good morning. So minus modulus of 0 is nothing but 0. That is also 0. Okay. So now from this what you understood, you got negative number means you got a 0. Okay. Next what is? We'll take one positive number, one negative number, that also we'll check. Now minus 1. Minus of modulus of minus 1. What you are going to get? Minus as it is. Modulus of minus 1 is plus 1. So what is your answer? Minus 1. Next, minus of minus 2 modulus. Modulus of minus 2 is nothing but plus 2. So that minus 2, that is nothing but minus 2. Next, let me take positive numbers and check that also. Minus of modulus of 1, that is nothing but minus modulus of 1 is 1. So you got as minus 1. Minus modulus of 2, take modulus of 2 is nothing but 2. So that minus 2. From this, what you understood, observe carefully here, 0 you are getting, and remaining all you are getting as negative numbers only. Whether I take positive, say negative numbers I took. Negative numbers, these I took. When I took negative numbers, also I am getting negative number only. When I take positive numbers like 1, 2, 3, and so on, whichever number you want to take. So when you take that, what you are going to get? You are going to get as a minus 2. Okay, who is Dhairya? Dhairya, so my another class is from 11:20 to 12:30. See, Dhairya informed to you, sir, that it is every day our class is always from 11 to 12 only. So let your sir can take from 12 to some other time, or he can shift to the front also. Because our time we cannot change, it is we schedule from 9 onwards, right? Kindly do that. Only today. Okay, then do one thing. If only for today, you go for offline video. Till that up to 12, 11, 20 you listen. The remaining day you can go for offline. Okay? That I can help you. Alright. So now from this what you have understood, you pass negative number you took, you get negative, positive number also you get negative. So in that Up to when? So up to infinite due to minus infinite you will get here also minus infinite you are going to get. But where it was stopping, it is equal to zero is happening. So anything is equal to zero means what we need to use? This bracket we need to use. Anyhow, negative number first we need to write, right? Minus infinite, comma, 0. 0 place it is going to stop. So it is not moving forward. So it is stopping at 0. No other positive value coming. Only at 0. So that was the reason we are writing minus infinite comma 0. Why I written minus infinite means when you are born substituting minus numbers, you will get minus numbers until how many you are going to substitute that many numbers. So positive if you substitute again you are going to get a negative answers only. That is also how many numbers, that is undefined numbers. So that many numbers it is possible because of that reason minus infinite. And always remember whether it is minus infinity or plus infinity, you can keep open bracket because it is undefined. But equal to zero, why we kept here it is here you are getting equal to zero because of that reason it is we are using the closed bracket. Closed bracket meaning is that what zero equal. Okay. So that is about your range. So this is about your domain and range. And in your examination, you have to write with this only. Don't write like minus like this method. Don't write. What are those? 0, 1, -1, -2, and so on. 1, 2, and so on. Don't write in this method. You have to use only this open and closed brackets. Okay. So that is about your first question. And let's move on to the second one. I hope Kushipal you all understood this. Kushipal understood. Vaishnav you are understood. First person inform to me. Yes sir. Okay. So if you all understood, I'll go for second because these are important for your examination point of view. Because of that reason, again I was explaining. Otherwise, not interested to explain this. We need to start new chapter. But I was saying only this. Right. So very simplest one now. Next, second one. What is this? F of x is equal to square root of 9 minus x square. And here also, we need to check first what are the possibilities there for the domain. So anyhow, they were given real number means that is real numbers only. So now domain is equal to, no need to check for that now. So directly we can write domain is equal to real number, any real number. Okay, that is nothing but again you can write minus infinite to infinite. And now, what is our range? So for range, we need some condition. So according to that, we can write. So first, how to find the condition? Listen this carefully. Always under the root value should be the positive. Negative happen, what will happen? It is not going to be the real number. So that this function cannot be a real function. So real function not means what is it is going to be? It is imaginary numbers. Remember carefully under the root any minus symbol is there, then that is called as imaginary numbers. So if anything minus comes, it is imaginary number, it is not a real number. So that was the reason it cannot get the negative. So then what is possibility is there? The possibility is there, it is that need to become as a zero or it is going need to become as a greater than zero. So that means I'll take first only for x square, then it is going to be understand by you. X square always should be greater than or equal to zero. How it is checked? First, let me check 0 square. 0 square means what you get? 0. Then positive numbers, negative numbers check. 1 square is equal to 1, 2 square is equal to 4. And negative numbers. Minus 1 whole square is nothing but 1. Minus 2 whole square is nothing but 4. You are observed now here. Negative numbers substituting also positive you are getting. Positive numbers substituting also positive you are getting. Zero substituting you are getting equal to zero. From this, we are making our own condition because without condition you could not find any range. So our condition first will take as x square is greater than or equal to 0. Now I need to make here what is the under the root 9 minus x square. Here also I need 9 minus x square. So till that I need to change it. So what I will do here, just observe carefully now. Now what I do here, minus x square 1. So what I do, minus x square greater than or equal to minus 0. Whenever you apply minus in both sides, that sign will change. That means minus x square less than or equal to 0. Okay? Whenever negative symbol applied for both in inequalities, so your symbol will change. So greater than becomes less than becomes greater than. When you apply minus on both sides. Next, what is here? 9 is there. So here now 9. So otherwise, simply instead of doing this all, okay, let me go for it. No worries. So now here 9 is there, so that we need to write again 9. So 9 add both sides. When you add, no need to change any symbols. So 9 minus x square less than or equal to 0. So it is not at all possible to be conditioned. For 0, there is no positive nor negative. So we don't want to take in this way. Directly we can take here. Under the root, whatever is there, that becomes as 0. Greater than or equal to 0. So 9 minus x square is greater than or equal to 0. And can I write this 9 as 3 square? 3 square minus x square greater than or equal to 0. Then 3 square minus x square. This is a square minus b square. We can write it as a plus b into a minus b. So then we can write 3 plus x into 3 minus x. That is greater than or equal to 0. Then again 3 plus x is greater than or equal to 0. 3 minus x is greater than or equal to 0. Now I need here alone 3. So what can I do? Alone 3 required means here both sides add minus 3, then you can get your answer. Here both sides. Okay. So I need only first. So both sides add minus 3. So minus 3 plus x greater than or equal to 0 minus 3. So when you add it, minus 3 plus 3 get cancelled. X is greater than or equal to minus 3. X is greater than or equal to minus 3. Let me check this also. 3 minus x and both sides add minus 3. So that minus 3 greater than or equal to 0 minus 3. Minus 3 plus 3 get cancelled. Minus x greater than or equal to minus 3. So now what I'll do here it is, so now both sides apply minus symbol. So minus of minus x greater than or equal to minus of minus 3. When you apply minus in the both, this interchanges means the symbol will change. So less than or equal to. Minus into minus plus x is less than or equal to minus into minus plus 3. So here you got x is greater than or equal to minus 3, x is less than or equal to 3. Once again, understand this clearly. So always under the root number should be greater than or equal to 0. If it is less than happen, then it becomes as a negative number, then it is a imaginary number. Because of that reason only previously I meant with x square is greater than or equal to 0 and it was not happening. So that's the reason directly I took 9 minus x square is greater than or equal to 0. Then 9 minus x square, 9 we can write it as 3 square. So now it is a square minus b square identity. A plus b into a minus b. Same. So So we can write 3 plus x, 3 minus x greater than or equal to 0. Now 3 plus x greater than or equal to 0, 3 minus x greater than or equal to 0. When you simplify it, x is greater than or equal to minus 3 and here it is x is less than or equal to 3. Then how we can write this? So we can write range should be, so how can we write? Can anyone tell? So first I'll write in the set, that is the set builder form. So that x should be less than or equal to 3. Greater than or equal to minus 3. Here which is bigger? X is bigger. So bigger symbol can show in this way now. So less than or equal to. So x only bigger. Always remember this open one indicates the bigger. So here open one x is bigger. So we can change x is greater than or equal to s, less than or equal to then minus 3. So here range will be minus 3 and x is less than or equal to 3. That means we can write it this in the form of closed brackets minus 3 comma plus 3. So in between that, whichever numbers are there, so those place that is going to get as a positive real number. Otherwise, it is going to be the negative number. It becomes as a imaginary number. Clear now? So range is here minus 3 less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 3. That we can represent as, so it is closed brackets. Why it is closed bracket means here equal to symbol is there because of that reason. So now here minus 3 and plus 3. So our range is minus 3 and plus 3. Clear? So anyone having any doubt in this second question? Now present Sahil. Very good. Sahil is present. So have you understood this? Anyone having any doubt? You can ask me now itself. Kushi, you have doubt? Because you listen from first onwards. Who are joined in the middle, kindly rewind this video later. Then you can find out what is the servo center concept. You all understood this? If you say yes, I'll go for next. Otherwise, it is not possible for me. No doubt, sir. Dhruv, Vaishnav, and Kushi also said no doubt. Very good. So if you are not having any doubt, we go for fifth question. These two questions are very important for examination point of view. Mainly, this second question is very important for your examination point of view. Okay. Later, that fifth question. That's the reason. Even I given homework also, I was explaining to you these problems. Okay, let's go for our fifth problem now. Find the range of each of the following functions. So only we have to find range, but we'll find a domain also, so that you can understand concept clearly. Find the range of each of the function. First one, f of x. Here only what we need to find range is question mark. F of x is equal to 2 minus 3x. X is belongs to or x is greater than 0. All right. So it is very nicely they were given question for you all. So here f of x is equal to 2 minus 3x. X is belongs to R and x should be greater than 0 they said. So from this only we need to write what is our domain and what is our range. So now here x is belongs to R. That is correct only. But x is greater than 0. Greater than 0 is nothing but if 0 is here, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, this is less than 0. And this point will be x is equal to 0. Now 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on, whichever is there, that is x is greater than 0. So from this, what you understood, our input starts from 0 and undefined. That means directly I'm writing here, domain writing, domain is equal to, so it is greater than 0. How to write x is greater than 0? X is greater than 0, how to write? That means So here use open bracket, that means 0 is not included. It starts from 0, means reference as 0, but it won't include, means it is not going to be equal to 0. Okay, and here it is, and so on means infinitely many numbers, so that we can write it as infinitely many numbers, so that it is going to be infinite. So 0 comma infinite is our domain. So then what is our range? So range means always remember y is equal to f of x, that is equal to 2 minus 3x. X is your input always. Y is your output. This remember. So input is your domain, output is your range. So now range is equal to, how to find range now? Now greater than 0 means substitute the greater than 0 numbers and find your answer. Let me check now what I am going to get. So 2 minus 3 into 1. So then 2 minus 3 is equal to minus 1. Next 2 minus 3 into 2. See here, x value 0 is not. So greater than 0, whichever is there, those are. So x is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Okay, substitute these values in this y place. So means wherever 2 minus 3x is there, x place you have to substitute these all values. That is the condition they given, x is greater than 0. So substitute that and get your answer. 2 minus 3 2s are 6. So what you are going to get? Minus 4. Then 2 minus 3 into 3. 2 minus 9 is equal to, you are going to get minus 7. So from this, what you have understood, when I substitute x is greater than 0, so the value is starting from minus 1 and it is going endlessly. So you are observed here. When I substituted 1, I got as minus 1. So then, and so on. It is infinitely it was moving. So then what I can do, how I can write this as range. So it is and so on infinitely. So whether all positive numbers when you are taking and substituting, you are getting all negative numbers, all negative numbers means up to undefined. Undefined is nothing but that is up to infinite numbers. So what I can write here, it is range as, it is 0 is not included. 0 is not included. So anyhow, I'll write in this way. So last it is negative number, so that minus infinite until that 0. That means what is meaning of that it is, so minus infinite to 0 in between whichever the values are there, that is your range. Clear now? I hope you all understood this. But here one more problem is there. For all the places, it is highly impossible because here x is greater than 0 condition is given. So now I need to go for that condition method also. Then in that place also same answer comes, it is right. It is a assumption value which I was written. But exactly you want to know is we have to go for it. So now what I do here, it is first x is greater than 0. This is given. And I want here 2 minus 3x. So in your examination, you have to do in that way. So 2 minus 3x I want. So first what I want here, multiply with minus 3. I multiply with 3. So when you multiply both, anyhow, multiply with minus 3. So now I can write here it is minus 3x greater than 0 into minus 3 is nothing but 0. Next, here 2 is there. Add both sides to 2 minus 3x greater than 2 because 0 plus 2 is nothing but 2. Now, All right. Here x is greater than 0 and we got it. Now I need to remove this all again. So only 2. Okay. So here we got as 2 minus 3x is greater than 2 they given. So greater than 2 means what is your answer? Anyhow, here minus you took both places. This is what we done mistake. See here. X is greater than 0. X is greater than 0. The minus 3x, right? We are multiplying with the negative number both sides. Then symbol will change. Minus 3x less than 0. Because I will write here 2 minus 3. Both places when you use minus, this will reverse it. So now minus 3x is less than 0. Then add 2. 2 minus 3x is less than 2. So from this we are understood here it is that should be the range should be less than 2. So it is less than 2 also possible. How it is going to be? Let me check here now. Greater than 2 they say that it was in that way. Let me check. Anyhow, this I will check back again. I need to tell to you because according to this condition was minus infinite comma 0, but still I have some doubt in this. So it is less than 2 means here actually we need to write minus infinite to 2, but still I want to check it. Where is your notebook, textbook where I kept it? Oh my goodness, again where I kept this textbook. Mm. Okay, we check back this first one again. So there is some doubt for me also in this. Let me give it to you later that details. So I'll go for second one. Then your domain is correct, but your range I need to think about it again. Meanwhile, we'll go for third one and second one. Your third one is this. F of x is equal to x. X is a real number. See here, y is equal to f of x is equal to x, and it becomes as very easy. So our domain is equal to x, that is equal to x is a real number. They said real number. Range. So range is equal to is y is equal to x, so that we can write y is equal to x is equal to real number. So here domain also real number, that is minus infinite to plus infinite. Range also minus infinite to plus infinite. So that is about your third one, and we'll discuss that first one also. Once I have some doubt in that, later I will explain to you once again. So that is about it. And let's move on to the second one also. Then later again we'll go for the first one. Okay, second. F of x is equal to x square plus 2. This is let y is equal to also. So because it is going to be your range. X is a real number. X is a real number. So for this, x is a real number they given. So the domain is equal to, so your domain will be minus infinite to plus infinite, any number. So other name was real number and range I need to find. So what I need to find, how to find range? Is there any condition? Condition was not given. So that first you can write your x square is there. Always remember x square should be greater than or equal to 0. Right? So plus 2 required both places plus 2 do. X square plus 2 is greater than 0 plus 2. So x square plus 2 is greater than or equal to 2. So from this you have understood that. So this x square plus 2 value, that is nothing but what is x square plus 2 is nothing but y. Y should be always greater than or equal to 2. So greater than or equal to 2. Greater than means more than 2. Equal to, so that I'm going to write. How to represent that in this? So equal to 2 said that 2 and greater than 2 is nothing but infinite. So our range will be 2 comma infinite. But the first one, so there is some doubt in this. So because of condition, then I will explain to you that later for you how it is. Okay. So I hope you all understood this second one also. What was here? So y is equal to y is nothing but your output x square plus 2. So by using this function we need to write. So now here x is a real number they say. So you need to substitute that real number, then you can get. So now x is a real number means any real number. There is no condition was given, so that minus infinity to plus infinite, any number you can use. That will check whether it is this is true or false. That also we will check now. So first I'll take x is equal to 0. Then y is equal to what do you know? X square plus 2. So 0 square plus 2 is nothing but 2. Then x is equal to 1 take. So y is equal to 1 square plus 2, that is nothing but 3. Then x is equal to 2 take. Y is equal to 2 square plus 2. So 4 plus 2 is nothing but 6. Right? Negative numbers will take. X is equal to minus 1. Y is equal to minus 1 whole square plus 2. That is 1 plus 2 is nothing but 3. Then y is equal to minus 2 whole square plus 2. That is nothing but 4 plus 2. That is nothing but 6. So from this, what you are understood here, whether you substitute negative number or positive number, you are going to get as a positive number. And the positive number is starting from 2. That was the reason it is starting from 2, goes endlessly. Okay. So that was the reason our range is becomes as 2 comma infinite. Okay. So now again, once again, we re-attempt our first question where we done mistake. Let me check. So whether that is right or wrong, once again, I need to recheck. So the first one it is f of x is equal to 2 minus 3x, where x belongs to R and x should be greater than 0. So they said x is greater than 0. So previous method only, let me check in this, x is greater than 0. So now I need 2 minus 3x. For that purpose, what I'll do here is first multiply with 3. So both sides multiply. 3 into x is greater than 0. 0 into 3. Multiply both sides with 3. Then after that, minus due to both sides. Minus 3x greater than minus 0. Minus if you are given both sides, this becomes less than symbol. So minus 3x less than 0. But here 2 is added both sides. Add 2 both sides. So 2 minus 3x is less than 2. So that 2 minus 3x is nothing but your y. Y is less than 2. Less than 2 means, so 2 you will 1, 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 2, minus 3 and those are. Let me check here. X is equal to 1. X is equal to 1 means what is your answer? Y is equal to 2 minus 3 into 1. 2 minus 3 is equal to minus 1. Then x is equal to 2. So y is equal to 2 minus 3 into 2. So 2 minus 6 is nothing but minus 4. So now y is equal to 2 minus 3 into 3. So 2 minus 9, that is equal to minus 7. So you're getting here starting from negative number and all negative numbers only. So that should be less than 2. Less than 2 means 1 we need to take. And then what are remaining will be. Okay, these are all less than 2 numbers only. Anyhow, our answer, whichever first I said, that only corrected. So because if we go for this y is less than 2, we are not getting correct answer. So directly we can write here it is domain is equal to 0, comma infinite, because they given us your greater than 0 they given, because of that reason, and range is equal to, when you apply this greater than 0 number, that means 1, 2, 3, whichever you are going to get. So minus 1 is going to start and it is endlessly. That means we can write 0 minus infinite comma 0. This is only the correct answer. Don't go for this. Okay. Now you all understood this 3. So anyhow, it is less than 2 is nothing but, anyhow here also this all less than 2 only, but exactly you want means go for this substitution method and get answer in this way. Okay. So anyone having any doubt in this 3? Anyone having doubt, inform to me so that I can clarify your doubts now itself. Why sir, this is first why sir you are solved in this way, that and this, any doubt? No doubt, sir. Okay. If you are not having any doubt, that is about your chapter number 2. And let's move on to the introduction to next chapter. And that chapter will complete, according to me, within 1 hour. You are going to complete that full chapter. And it was very easiest chapter. Concentrate that chapter. So now itself I am saying to you that all basics. And next class, maximum we are going to complete that chapter. What is that chapter? That much easiest chapter, whichever is there. Can anyone tell what is going to be the chapter? What is next chapter? You all don't know. Okay, after next chapter. All right, I hope you all don't know. So I'm going to say that which is next chapter. Anyhow, if you have any doubts in that miscellaneous, I said you need to ask, but nobody is asking me any doubt, so that I'm not solving miscellaneous exercise. If anyone want the PDF form, you can request me, then I will send to you. Who want for them only I'll send. So for all I don't want to do. Clear? Right. So now next chapter, so which is, that is chapter number 4. 3 we are not discussing that, we are going to discuss later that 3 after completion of this. So fourth one, it is mathematical principle of mathematical induction. Okay. So normally, whichever you are, for example, I given like this. Now only you found that 2 minus 3x is there. So then in this place substituting 0, 1, 2 and until it becomes as 0 we need to try. So when is this statement is true? So when x is equal to 0 substitute first. 2 minus 3 into 0 is equal to 2. So this statement is not true. Means is equal to, let me write here as 5. So this statement is when it is true. So here 0 when I substitute 2 only I got x is equal to 1. So then 2 minus 3 into 1 minus 1 you got. So x is equal to minus 1 I substitute 2 minus 3 into minus 1. So you get as 2 minus into minus plus 3 ones are 3, that is nothing but 5. So now here you are getting 5. So that means like this, whichever you are doing, that is called as deduction method. So you are reducing the functions. So that's the reason we can call these methods or deduction method. Then what is induction method? So induction method is always going to be reverse of this. So what we'll do from deduction to up. So reverse process of this we can call as induction. Okay, so mathematical induction is very important. So kindly understand it first. So now I'll give it to you only 3 points you have to remember. That is, remembered means this whole chapter is finished. Only 3 points you have to remember so that this whole chapter is going to be finished. What is that first? So if any problem or any statement want to be proved by using the principle of mathematical induction, first one, whichever the statement is, that all you are solving by using the natural numbers only, so that P of n is true for n is equal to 1. Then P of n is true for n is equal to k. Next, P of n is true for n is equal to k plus 1. So first what I need to prove, if any problem or any statement is by using the mathematical induction principle you want to solve, means first what you need to prove, that statement, this P of n is nothing but that statement. That statement is true for n of 1 we need to prove. Then statement is true for n of k we need to prove. Next statement is true for n of k plus 1. So n is equal to k plus 1, it is going to be the true. If these three conditions place it is true, then what we can write it is, therefore at last, after completion of this all, what we need to write it is 1, 2, 3. From 1, 2, 3, P of n is true for all natural numbers. Okay. So any statement is true for n is equal to 1, true for n is equal to k, true for n is equal to k plus 1, then we can say that that statement is true for all natural numbers. Okay, so that you have to remember, then I can explain to you one problem. If I explain, then you can understand how to solve every problem. That much easiest one it is. Okay, so for example, P of n, what they given, that I will give it to you. One question I will give so that you can understand. Okay, so they given as P of n such that, that is they given n upon n into n plus 1 upon 2 is equal to, they given like 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus and so on. So sum of all natural numbers is n into n plus 1 upon 2 they given. This statement is true, we need to prove. What to do? So this is your, actually I was written reversely. This is your LHS and this is your RHS. Okay. So then how to solve this you can observe carefully. So whichever is there and so on plus n. So here and so on means up to infinite it will come. So infinite series we are not discussing now. We are discussing only about n numbers are added. So n natural numbers are added. Our answer is n into n plus 1 upon 2. This is the statement. This statement we need to prove by using the principle of mathematical induction. So according to us, what is the first one? We need to prove P of n is true for n is equal to 1. So first I'll write P of n is this. So now let n is equal to 1. Let n is equal to 1. Then write first LHS. In LHS, we don't want this all. Only where n is there, that part only you have to take. N is how much here? So n only one n is there. So LHS is n. That is LHS n means what do you know? 1. Now go for RHS. N into n plus 1 upon 2, then 1 into 1 plus 1 upon 2, that is 1 into 2 upon 2. 2 to get cancelled, you are going to get as 1. So then these both are equal. Therefore, LHS is equal to RHS. P of n is true for n is equal to 1. Equation number 1. So now from this LHS is equal to RHS you put, that's what P of n is 2 for n is equal to 1. So now what I'll do is let P of k is true for any natural number, any natural positive number, or any natural number, whatever you want, right? So what I need to do that time it is this becomes as P of k. Wherever n is there, you need to write as k. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus and so on plus k is equal to k into k plus 1 upon 2. You may answer why sir you are written here, that means here I am thinking this, here let n is equal to k, then P of k is true for all the natural numbers and things. So wherever n is there, substitute k. So now here n is there, substitute k, and then here n into n plus 1 is there, so there write k into k plus 1 upon 2. So this give as equation number 2. Okay, so now let, so second condition done, and now third condition. So P of k plus 1 is true, I need to prove. So n is equal to k plus 1, I'll write. And just write in that place so that one term is going to be explained and write that. So when you write that, what you are going to get. So now 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus and so on plus k plus 1. Okay. So that is equal to, next you are going to write. So then whichever is there, that place I need to write k plus 1 and lose 1. So how can I find? See, here it is, whenever n is there, k required. Wherever, now, wherever n is there, what I need to get? K plus 1. So what I need to get at last answer is k plus 1 into k plus 2 upon 2 I need to get. K plus 1 into k plus 2 upon 2 I need to get answer. So how can I get this answer? Very simple. So I took only my LHS here. So this whole part 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus and so on plus k means what do you know here? K into k plus 1 upon 2. Right there. K into k plus 1 upon 2 plus what is here another term? K plus 1. So right here k plus 1. Now just simplify. So where I need to simplify, let me simplify here. Is that much simple means not normal simple. Very, very simple question is this. So now what I'll do here, this part here, k into k plus 1 plus, so LCM as take as 2, then k plus 1 into 2. Now in both k plus 1 common, right here k plus 1, and what is left now? K plus 2 upon 2. Then this we can write k plus 1, k plus 1 plus 1 upon 2. You check now, wherever n is there, k plus 1 got or not check, n k plus 1. Here also n plus 1, k plus 1. So, first, wherever you thought as P of k plus, wherever n is there, k you got, and then second place you found it as wherever n is there, k plus 1 you found. So that what we will write here from 1, 2, and 3. We can say that this P of n is true for all natural numbers. You have understood now how to do this P, how to solve by using the principle of mathematical induction any problem whichever they given. They will give that, prove that P of n is equal, prove that 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus and so on plus n is equal to any to n plus 1 upon 2 by using mathematical principle induction. So or they will ask that by using the principle of mathematical induction. Then what we need to do is, first you need to do n is equal to 1, we have to think LHS RHS plus substitute. If values are equal, then therefore both are equal. P of n is true for n is equal to 1. Here remember, in this place only LHS is not equal to RHS you got. Completely it is wrong. Then directly we can write here it is, therefore it is not true for all the natural numbers. We can write directly, we can write. So if here equal to happen, then you need to go for P of k. Then P of k after, so P of k means what? Wherever n is there, just substitute k. And what is P of k plus 1? So this is nothing but P of k plus 1. Wherever n is there, I need to get as k plus 1. Means in LHS you will substitute. So in LHS you need to substitute, and then at last you have to get this answer. So what I was done here, clearly you want to understand means add both sides k plus 1. That's only I was done here. Add left side and right side, both sides k plus 1. Then up to k plus 1 terms it is possible. Here also k plus 1 got. When you simplify it, you have to get wherever here n is there k plus 1. So once if you get that, then it is correct. So here k plus 1 into k plus 2 upon 2. K plus 2 is nothing but k plus 1 we can write, so that wherever first n is there, n plus k plus 1 got, n plus 1 is there, n plus k plus 1 you got. So that it is true, otherwise it is false. Anyhow, that's all about this introduction, and it was still more introduction was there. I will send you one paper to you. First understand that paper, then you can solve these all problems. It was dead easy chapter for you. So very easy chapter, and you can complete. Sorry. Alright. So you can complete within the time. So it was very easiest one, but I understood Sahil. Don't worry about it. It is just for you introduction part, because I found that your class was completed that time only within 45 minutes. So I just need to explain to you, because of that reason I was explained it. If you want once more, what you need to do is, after completion of this video, kindly go for offline video, then you can understand it. Okay, so repeat it so that you can understand. But anyhow, whenever next class comes, again I am going to explain to you so that you can understand clearly what is this concept. So main point you have to understand here, it is P, what mathematical induction principle you want to use. What is mathematical induction principle? Means any statement want to be true for natural numbers, first it is need to prove for P of 1 is true. So this is, we can write this n is equal to 1. Another one, P of n is true for n is equal to 1. You can write, or P of 1 is true. Okay. Second one, P of k is true. Third one, P of k plus 1 is true. So any statement for n is equal to 1, n is equal to k, n is equal to k plus 1, it is true happen for all, it is going to be the true. That you need to understand. You need to remember only that 3 points, and remaining we'll discuss whenever next class will come that time, so that you can understand that time clearly. Now it is not possible to be understand clearly. Okay, according to me it will take only 1 hour, or you want means 2 hours I will take and I will explain to you, and maximum all problems I'm going to give as a homework for you, because that much easiest chapter it was. Okay, but you need to understand it. Same timing only, 11 to 12 only your timing of class. So anyhow, Sahil, you are not there when I was explained why I was not took my class. So in this video beginning, I was said why I was unable to take it. There are some personal issues, so it was unable to take the class for you that time. So don't worry. Now onwards, again, it is a regular only for you all. Okay, right. May God bless you all.